just a wandering nomad out on the interstate. Eventually all these roads just end up looking the same. And now it's time for another episode of Relative Road.
Hey everybody, it's your host Reggie coming at you. We are doing a special road show of Relative Roads today. We are in the home of Luis Torres, a friend of Mike's. I think you've been on a podcast before, but this is exciting for me. I'm meeting a new person, and what better time to meet a new person than after all the shit has gone down? And we can all kind of...
Well said.
We can all kind of move past all the shit and talk about what's ahead of us and what we want to do and how we want to connect. So let's get that started off. Mike filled me in a little bit, just basic biography of you on the way up here, to give me room for questions. And yeah, you're an interesting person, I must say. So for all the new listeners out there, what would you give me a quick biography? What do you want people to know? What's your baseline like? Hey, this is me. Introduce yourself, if you will.
Okay. I'm 34 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Salvadorian, born over there. Came when I was 8 to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Went through school here, went to some college, and I joined the Marine Corps when I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it, but I knew I wanted to be out here running like a hyena.
All right. So what was your kind of inspiration for joining the Marines?
To be honest,
Yeah.
I was bored.
Yeah, that's a lot of people get into it for that exact reason. There's nothing wrong with that. Well,
Yeah.
It's
kind of like a taboo thing, right? Because you're like, oh, why are you joining? It's almost like you have to have a purpose.
Right. Like unless you feel a duty to your nation.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not.
Or your dad.
If those were the only Marines we had, we wouldn't have barely any Marines.
That's true.
Like if you needed to feel a calling to military service, we would have almost no military.
That's true. Yeah.
There would be almost no military anywhere because when you look at it, what is anyone willing to die for? You're willing to die for a country? Not many people are.
Yeah.
They'd sooner be willing to die for their children or their wives or their husbands than a country. That's where our connections are. It's not on a national level. I don't think it's on a personal level. The national level is just something that I see as something that people can use to divide.
Yeah.
It's wait, and it's especially this country in America. I was born here, and from birth, I've kind of glommed onto the idea, the concept of the melting pot or the salad bowl, or whatever you want to call it, the true mixing of cultures. That's been the coolest thing to me. So anything that you bring in to try to separate people out culturally, it's to be questioned. You need to really look at it and question it and see if it has any, value.
It's funny that you bring that up because here in America, that doesn't fly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit don't fly. I was thinking about these, the IT techs that come from India,
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know, the discrimination that they go through.
Oh yeah.
It's funny, and we don't think about it, right? So we don't know, we don't think about it, then therefore it's not happening.
And they don't say much about it
They
either.
don't, bro.
No.
They're
That's a
so
big part of
tough, man. I've been in a community 10 years, bro, and I'm just barely finding out about this. And I'm the type of guy that shit doesn't fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially here in America, it can't. And it will not survive.
No.
And
that's one thing that I think recent events have proven. A lot of us were kind of is society lost? What's going on here? We have this guy up here who's trying to negate democracy. I was like, Wow,
What
that's
did you think it was? Like a puppet show? Worse?
it's
You know, it's like you wake up and this is going on, but then you're like walking through America and you're like, hey, good morning, smile, you know, like everything's gonna be fine.
Right.
We're gonna get through this. And then this guy over here is like,
it's this guy that's being the mouthpiece for everything that was kind of wrong with America in the 20th century. I think
the last of it.
What do you mean by that, Reg?
well, you look at how society in America has progressed. Like at the beginning of the 20th century, this country was like heading very socialist in its philosophies. You're developing public schools and things like that. And there is a constant kind of thread of human greed that has maintained power because for the longest time it was whoever was strongest, whoever was willing to do nasty things was the one that got ahead. But human society, especially in the 20th century, has gone way more liberalist and humanistic in its kind of philosophies in that, hey, you don't get what you want by beating up the other guy. You know, you don't get what you want by mugging or any of that. You don't. It's you're better. You're in a better place to achieve your goals without violence and the more negative kind of behaviors that we have. If you can talk yourself around that, if you can work your way around it, you're in a better place. So we have this country that over the course of the 20th century has gotten involved in every war, has done all this stuff. Like the atomic bomb is huge. And that's the ultimate thing of like the power, like might makes right kind of thing.
Yeah.
So now that we're past that and we're reassessing, might doesn't make right, and greed isn't beneficial outside of capitalism, and all that stuff has come to a head. 2020 has seen a pandemic, and it's the entitlement, the greed and entitlement of the individual that says, I don't have to wear a mask. Fuck you. I'm not sick. I'm not going to get sick. I don't have to wear a mask. It's like, that's not what this is about. This isn't about individualists. And I think this country has been so focused on the individualism of it for so long that when it comes time to think sociologically, to think about the whole species, and to think about what we need to do as a species to fix that, that's where America has come up short. And that's where our learning curve has to be really focused on in like the next couple of years, is we need to get behind the idea of, yeah, you know what? Socialized medicine is the best idea. You know, if you want to hang on to your overpriced healthcare plan through your job, that's on you. But in the meantime, everyone needs to be able to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know?
It makes me think like there's so many problems that need to be fixed.
Yeah.
And so we need everybody to be healthy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
The most productive society in capitalism, as far as capitalism is concerned, is one where everyone's healthy, where everyone can go to work every day.
Because the problems need to be solved.
Right, because we do need to get to work on these things. And so that's what I mean by, you know, America has been like the kid who's behind.
Yeah. The kid who's still living at home and it's time to go and do some stuff.
And right now the kid's like, but I've never had to make my own lunch ever. I've never had to wipe my own ass. Now you tell me I have to wipe my own ass? Fuck!
Tommy, calm down, Tommy.
Yeah.
So that's it's a big mess, and now that we're past the election and things are looking better for a change, we can start to.
Well, are they?
I want to think that they are. I'm aiming towards things being better.
We tapped into this. It's the world peace thing, the belief in it.
Yeah,
And
like I believe in that world peace is attainable. Some people's like, oh yeah, like the people that communism works on paper. I was like, no, it works if people aren't greedy.
Yeah.
It works if you devalue greed and you get like.
But
and
we've been saying
is,
that, you know.
everyone's capable of it, right? So like, how do I address my own greed? What am I greedy about? What do I need despite any
I'll
kind
tell
of
you how we're
negativity.
greedy, bro. With time, bro. Like we're not
course.
producing.
Yeah,
we're
we don't-
not creating. You know
Your
what I mean?
time is
That's
limited.
greed.
Yeah, your time
That-
is
you
limited,
know?
so you need to use it however you want to use it.
You know, and at the same time, like even I think about like family to the
Mm-hmm.
smallest little thing. You know, it's like we're wasting our time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in us instead of making and creating.
Right.
So from going back to your history as a Marine, now
Yeah.
you've obviously you were born in another country.
Yup.
Then you became a citizen of this country and went and fought for it. In some terms.
Yeah, I
right?
served.
You served.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Better way
was-
to put it. Sure. You put your life on the line.
Right. That's
I
a
mean,
beholder.
you were in places that nobody else wanted to go.
That's true.
Where
Right?
did
For
you
a long time.
Where did you serve?
Well, I was one of the lucky ones.
Mm-hmm.
They sent me to Japan.
Oh, nice.
Actually, a pretty nice place to be.
Yeah, Japan is nice. I'd like to go there
Yeah.
one time.
It was
Okay.
nice. Where'd you go?
Well, I wasn't in the Marines, but I did go work in India for a month and a half
Okay.
for the company I worked for. It's interesting you say India because when I was over there, I saw, my eyes opened up to the same thing. It's like, oh, they're all Indians. They're all cool. They are all cool, but some of them aren't cool with each other. Like you still have
Same thing.
Systematic racism.
the Muslims over there and the Hindus over there. I mean, the city I was in was a big multicultural city. So
What
there
was
wasn't-
it?
Hyderabad.
Oh, Hyderabad. Oh, bro, that's so funny. I have a Hyderabad chicken biryani, bro.
Oh yeah.
At where I work at. And that's like a big thing. There's a lot of Hyderabad Indians here.
Yeah.
Southern India, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So when I was there, I took the opportunity like to interview all the Muslim folks that I worked with and all the Hindu folks that I worked with, and there were even some Christian folks over there, and they were all very liberal in their assessment of their own faith. They're like, yeah, we're cool. I'm like, what do you think about all the extremists? And everyone's like, yeah, what do you think about the Christian extremists in America? We don't like them. Yeah, same thing. It is the same thing, isn't it? Like there are people who are religious who just want to get along. And there are people who take advantage of religion to foment disruption and anger and
Sure.
negativity.
Just to beat them up.
And they're in every nation. So that's not...
That's what we do. We just beat each other up for
Right.
whatever reason.
And it's like... So I feel like my calling is to see those situations and say, hey, hold on. What's the problem here? Why are we
Yeah.
beating each other up? Like,
Yeah.
what's the cause?
Yeah.
Is it that you were insulted by somebody and you don't have the tools in you to kind of cope with that and let it go away and see it as their problem, not your problem, that they're insulting you,
Yeah. How do we stop? How do we slow down and have those conversations other than just doing it?
You've got to just do it. You've got to find common ground.
You got to look people in the eye and say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you mad.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I know that I'm here late, and you were about to leave. I really appreciate you taking this."
How does TikTok do it?
What do you mean?
They're always in people's eyes.
TikTok?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know how to
think
speak to
sex.
technology at that level.
We got to do it through sex. Like show something
Oh,
sexy.
Show the monkeys a banana.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And then be like, have the serious like quote like just to get their attention.
Yeah. Memes.
I like funny shit though.
But you're right though. The memes are like what kids know. That's what
We
they
all
talk
like
about.
that.
Yeah, that's how some people get all their news is through memes.
Yeah.
Which is not bad, right?
It's
We just think
kinda,
it's funny because the way we think.
It just reminds you that there's so much more going on in human perception
Right.
across the board.
Yeah.
Every gender, every age, every sex, everybody's got a different perspective of world peace and what that means for them, right?
Yeah.
World peace means my fucking father dies tomorrow. That son of a bitch. And I'm not saying this for my dad, but I mean, that's what people think out there. In their world, peace would mean the annihilation of some perceived evil.
Right. So,
Kind of a weird concept, right?
like some people, I've heard people say this, like loud and proud, like world peace will be unattainable as long as there's people like Donald Trump in the world. Yeah. It's like, well, there's always going to be people like Donald Trump in the world, but why the fuck are you putting his tweets on the news every night?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's not doing anything.
Well, the question is, why are we so apt to responding to
yes, that is
why
the
does
question.
it fuel our fire? It's because we are now, like we were talking about, being more involved with technology and not so much with nature.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a weird conversation because both are in the same element, right?
But one is born out of the other, you know?
Correct. So as a creator, great point. As a creator,
I like that.
yeah, to have the balance is to stay grounded. It's a term that we use.
Right.
And it seems to make sense in the physical world to go out and put your feet on the ground, nothing between them, just your feet to the ground. It has like an energetic effect on you.
Right.
So there's something to that, like that's what we all actually are. We're all different, but we're all the same that way, that we're made of the earth.
Right.
And so when you think of world, what is the world to you? Is the world a culmination of nature and humanity, like as something maybe separate, maybe the same? We don't know.
No, it's all connected. It's all, I don't know if it's the same, but
But
it
that's
all
a
is
belief too,
connected
that
and,
it's connected.
and reliant upon, like we're reliant upon the earth. The earth is reliant upon the sun.
Peaceful people believe it's connected.
Mm-hmm.
People with malice and violence in their mind frame
Right.
don't understand the connection between them and the consequence.
And that's where the pain comes in for me, like the emotional, like mental pain is when somebody is faced with that connection, that human connection, that thing that we all have in common, and says, fuck you anyway. It's
Well,
like, hey,
they're being pulled, bro. You know what I mean? They
Right,
have
exactly.
that side that's pulling them and saying like everything that it's not, and then we have this other one that's like we are nature, and that's
Right.
why I see like if people understood code, bro, code is simple.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah,
Unpack on that.
Code
Yeah,
is
please.
simple to the point where like, it's like we know what to do, right? We've said that, right? That's simple code, but we just like to just gibberish and then shit comes out.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And like the more I learn about code, I'm like, wow, this is us.
Yeah.
Just the way we think, we're supposed to, if you think like this, and then just like prepare yourself, each line of code that you write, it's clean and it goes right after the other. You can go back to it, almost like, writing notes down, keeping a journal,
Right. So-
those type of notes, those type of code that you have to write for yourself.
So
You
that's
write.
an ancient practice, journaling.
Really?
Yeah.
I would believe
must
so.
be.
I mean, think
Oh, yeah.
about the caves where we found our earliest ancestors. They were
Yeah,
making
exactly.
notes on the wall, right? They're processing. It is technology.
Yeah.
It is
especially
the language
us,
of
as
processing.
humans right now, they're like ADHD, what is this? What the fuck you think it is, dude? We're evolving.
Yeah.
Dipshits.
Yeah.
We have to stay, and that means that we got to also think about, and that chip is coming, bro. That chip is coming.
Our
You know
environments
it is.
need to make sense to our personalities.
How? What do you mean by that?
So you make a contract with your city by your lifestyle. That's what you are to your city, right? Because that's your legacy to the community. What you do with the day when you're out in the community. The attitudes you carry, the actions you take, the responsibilities you take seriously. Like even down to the smallest law, don't litter. Do you always not litter? If you check off no, then you're a criminal.
all I can say is I probably haven't littered in the past 20 years. But
Who
beyond
else
that,
can say that?
like, I'm sure I've thrown shit out the window of a moving car before.
Sure.
I don't have any clear memories of that, but I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure I've been told, hey, I don't want to pay $1,000 because you
Right.
wanted to throw out your hamburger wrapper.
Right. But I mean, it's that first sense of responsibility
Yeah.
to the community.
Yeah.
Is what is your part in the community? Down to the smallest level.
It reminds me, we were just talking about taking things like and making them yourself, did your own, and then I remember in the chorus something like, what do you do when nobody's looking?
Right, yeah.
Integrity.
That,
Integrity.
and then when you think and you play with that, and you know what I mean?
And you look at your past
just
self.
play with it, yeah, and you're just, yeah, exactly. You're able to look at that code. Look at that code and, you're able to make another new code by that code. Choose.
But learning the language of looking at your own
That's
code
true.
is its
That's
own
funny, 'cause
process.
There's different languages of coding, bro.
And it's scary. It can be
Hey.
very scary sometimes to look at yourself like that.
Bro,
You-
tell me
'cause
about it,
You're
bro.
looking at your code. You're looking at your strengths and your weaknesses.
Yes.
You're looking at your own insecurities, and to come to terms with that. Now, I think that's one thing that I don't know. I guess it's a therapeutic kind of thought, which is
It is, but
everyone
hurts.
it hurts, but you got to go through that pain,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what? You're gonna get through that pain.
Yeah.
Like addressing your own insecurity isn't gonna kill you. It's only gonna make you stronger because you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna realize, oh, I have no reason to be insecure about this. Now I have one less thing preventing me from trying to attain my goals.
Yeah.
Because it's always like, ooh, I can do this. Oh, but I'm not good enough. Stop saying you're not good enough. Prove to yourself that you're not good enough before you just assume.
Yeah.
You need to try and fail before you know you'll fail. You know?
But see, going to procrastination, let's say, as far as getting things done, right?
That's how you corrupt your own code.
And how and why, like the reasons as to why we do that self-deprecation, you know, like why we shit on our own plans. Why do we do that? And when you bring up ADHD, it always hits the spot for me, obviously, but like it's something to be said about the subspecies of minds and the environments, because a killer human being is doing a compulsive action. And to us seems like, you know, the polar opposite of what should be. So it's like this moral dilemma, right? But in their world, it was justified in their sense of peace.
Right.
It's just fucking bizarre. And you can get like the code, like dangerously. I would imagine even coding has dangers in terms of exposure to how far you go. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. He can't live a normal life. You know what I mean? Like he's created
under-
It's true,
coding
because
in
like
us.
as a coder, like, you know, we're nothing but nature. What does nature do? Get better,
Yeah.
right? The tree doesn't stop growing, bro.
Yeah.
So like as a coder, you're already thinking like, okay, what's my next step? Where can I go with this?
Right.
You know, and it's like going towards like get funded.
How do you know enough is enough?
You don't. That's what's cool about coding, and that's why we need to code, because
Always improving.
exactly.
But I'm
life.
Yeah. And touche. Great, right? But how do you do it?
What do you mean?
How are you able to continuously build without collapsing? I know that you've got
Because
some.
I don't know. You know,
What are the principles that drive you, and where did they come from?
just the fuck ups. You know, the drops. That's it. You know, just go back to that and then look at it. You know, and then sooner or later it's gonna you're gonna.
How does that sound? Could you give me a personal example?
That's a good saying. It's like saying, you know, if you like coding, building anything, you get a good solid foundation. You can mess around with stuff on that foundation.
But you know,
can-
like
you
you're
can
working
try
on that
shit.
code. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
You
we
can-
choose not to or not think about it. Therefore, that code doesn't get fixed.
Right.
You know?
Like,
It lay dormant till something pokes at it.
Right.
so take your like a fitness. You have certain coding about fitness.
Yeah.
You do this every day. You watch your calories, whatever your coding for your fitness goal is. You've got it. You know what you need to do. So, but we get ourselves caught up. We have, you know, cheat days. Well, that's purposefully corrupting that code. You know, it's like, hey, if I'm a morning person, I'm not gonna sleep in on my days off. I'm gonna get up the same time every day. But I'm gonna use my days off morning times to do relaxing things or rejuvenating things. Whereas I'll wake up on work days and do whatever work I need to do. Because even if it's not harmful to sleep in. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but you know, that is a corruption of your daily like code, your program.
Corruption is kind of a strong term to use. It's
I
an
know, but-
alternating route.
But I'm trying to stick with the coding analogy.
But it is
Gotcha.
corrupted.
Okay,
you know
fair
what I mean?
enough. Yeah, go
And
ahead.
it's
It's
My
like
bad.
not all corruptions are bad, but some corruptions are. It's like, and that's a sliding scale, and that's
Fair
all
enough.
part of being human. Is we're analog creatures running, kind of trying to run digital code.
That's
Yeah.
what's cool about us, bro. Because you know, like a code, you write this code and you check it, it's gonna give you one. We don't do that, bro.
Can you
We
tell
are
me
mach-
how does a basic code writing sound? What is that? What is that?
There's like language,
What does that mean?
Like different languages, like Spanish, English.
Okay.
And then you use that language to tell the computer what to do.
Oh, and how does that sound?
It's just different as algorithm,
What would be a command?
Yeah, it's like
commands and stuff.
if
I'm still learning, so I don't know like stuff off
Okay.
of my back,
Like,
you know, like.
from
But what they do, they're computing, you know, and they're like, you're basically telling like solve for X, solve for Y, you know, but it's like it's more what do you call it? There's more stuff in there, you know.
Sure.
More
It's a lot to
complexity.
Yeah.
unpack. I would
Yeah.
imagine. Okay.
It
Well,
is.
I don't know. Maybe, I'm going to see if I can understand. I'm just going to try to go to a bare basic kind of coding situation. Like from what I understand, way back when I attempted to learn programming, but knew it wasn't for me, is like, okay, so you have a computer and you want it to display a certain color. So then you say, okay, if one, then display yellow, or if two, then display, if it's all like setting up a command, if this, then that.
And now that they have the languages where they do like in one line, they do like freaking 10, 5,
Yeah.
million things. You know?
Because of the like advancements in AI and stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I say. So that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not that smart, bro. Look at us.
Yeah, it's like our thing is like, oh, I'm gonna go work out every day. Work out every day, and you lose this much weight, and you do your goal.
Right.
You
And
do your
imagine
thing.
everything else that you're running as a computer.
Right, you're also running. I need to make sure that my lady is taken care of.
Exactly.
I need to make sure that
milk, the dog.
yeah, I got to do the shopping, all that
fucking
stuff.
mail.
Driving.
So there's a lot of
Ooh,
corruption
that
that happens.
that's a lot of thinking. You know,
Let's
I like
talk
it.
about driving.
Oh, that.
Because you've spent enough time on the road, and Reggie, you have your own relationship to driving. So it's interesting because one of the observations I keep repeating in my mind is when we feel crossed as we travel the freeway, if we feel like somebody jumped out in front of us or something happened that wasn't necessary, we project a character into that car. Well, it happens to me most of the time. I'll catch up at some point and realize it's an elderly person who can barely see over the steering wheel. And I think that is a pretty good example of our basic coding software. That when we feel attacked, we project. We throw something back. We feel it. You know what I mean? It's like
It's a defense mechanism.
it's a defense mechanism. It's how our immune system works. And like the disease, terrible ideas are bad coding. So that's the realm that we play with when we follow many ideologies. I think that's the difference between when we're in nature, reacting to the moment, or when we're in modern society, deciding which algorithms we're going to subscribe to, because that's overwhelming to know how many choices in terms of languages of life we have. And it's no wonder why people trip over addiction and terrible human behavior.
Yeah, that's the thing that is corrupting my fitness code, if you will, is the sugar. Like I've been good about it, you know, on and off, but sometimes you just, nope, I need to have all those Reese's peanut butter cups or whatever. Even though that sets me back on my goal, and I need to like, there's 2 more pounds that I need to tack on to losing.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that in and of itself.
So check this out. Check this out. So those are just like the program stories that are just like, it's weird. It's like a hurdle you keep tripping over. And I have the same story or background in my mind, very, very familiar story. And then you go into the aesthetics and the mirror, the reflection and your self-perception and the mismatch, that feeling of that awkward, I don't belong here kind of thing.
Right.
And when I got to a point where I had somebody who would coach me and would call me out on things I didn't know, I would term it, called me out on my bullshit. But I think to be friendly to myself, I have to watch my terminology when I refer to my past self.
Right.
Because I've noticed that when I bag on me for making those decisions, I don't allow myself now to appreciate what all that meant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you harp
I
on
like
your
that.
if you harp on your past self too much, you start to not like your current self.
Yeah, yeah, because you blame
Your
you
current
gotta
self
blame
has grown
somebody.
out of that past self.
Yeah.
So you need to kind of
It
own.
makes sense though, right?
Yeah, you need to own that negativity.
That's an algorithm for redemption. And in redemption, people think is a public decision. It's not.
It's a personal decision, yeah.
Personal decision. You can only redeem yourself, because whatever platform you were on when you destroyed the perception of what was happening, you know, whatever you believe, then you end up in a different reality. You switch. There's like a paradigm shift. You know, those relationships are different now.
Yeah.
And now the choice is whether or not you're going to continue to nurture that, or build yourself some way else.
Yeah.
It's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Can I bring it back to America though?
Sure.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, or I was saying, what's gonna happen now? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we happy, but what now? You know, and that's what back to like the whole thing of voting.
Yeah.
You know, and then like maybe that's a way of voting. Maybe there's other ways of voting too.
There is, you know, what happens now, like, yeah, there's still a lot of, like, in this country, there's still a lot of hard social-based work to do. And it's not all fixed by voting. Like, the voting has happened, and we fixed what can be fixed by voting, sure. But you're not going to vote out systemic racism. You're not going to vote out climate crisis. Those, you need to be active in other ways to address those problems.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Trump was here, you know?
Right. And that's, you know, playing devil's advocate, so to speak. Trump did a lot of, you know, in retrospect, we might find that a lot of good things happened. Bringing all that negativity, all that hate and stuff to the surface forces us to finally deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, I think when we were kids coming up and hearing, oh, we don't see colorblind, America's colorblind, like, that's not the right way. And we're realizing now that you don't negate different people and different cultures. You find a way to embrace all those things.
Yeah, good way to put it.
You've got to embrace, and especially in this country, and this brings me back to, like, the core belief that I still hold, which is the whole melting pot thing. Like, we need to have all cultures, like,
that's our
represented, positively represented in this one country.
Look at nature saying Happy Thanksgiving through Reg.
Yeah.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah, seriously, it's like,
Yeah.
and
You're right. The
if we don't-
palate is where it all happens.
Yeah.
And okay, so
is
when we
the
don't
entry point.
have constant hate being pumped out
Mm-hmm.
in the media, we can start to think about, you know, these positive changes we can make, but we can't ignore those hateful things. We need to keep in mind that people still think that way, and people still act that way, and people still use those kind of concepts when they interact with the world.
And like us, they reserve the right to experience their past self. They deserve the right to experience all the shitty things they can be, because when they realize what good and doing good things means to them, they'll do it for themselves. And you don't need to convince a person who's doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
And they can join your team, and you all can make the world a beautiful, pretty place, you know, as long as it permits inside you, because nothing's guaranteed.
Right, and we need to spot the horrible things in ourselves, the negativity of it all, because everyone has that. And as an example, bringing us to the coding and the being on the road thing, last week after I left your place, after that pod, I was on Watt Avenue, stop and go traffic, and this
Watt Avenue?
Watt.
Yeah, Watt Avenue. All right, go ahead. Sorry. That was for my girl.
It was you know, it was rush hour traffic, and there was a girl behind me who was, like, on her phone, like this, doing this, and, like, as I saw her moving while not looking, I'm like, no, don't let this happen to me. And I knew it, and then sure enough, like 5 minutes later, boom, boom, got a little butt bump, and so, okay, there's a parking lot right here, pull over. She gets out of the car. Oh my God. Oh. And I look, no damage on either car.
Mm-hmm.
No damage. It's okay. She's like, you don't want my insurance? I'm like, no, don't worry about it. And, like, this kid, like, you could see all the stress just leave her immediately. She's like, oh, thank you. There's nothing wrong with that. There was no damage done. I'm not going to be a stickler.
Did you
to
tell her, don't be on your phone and driving?
No, I'm not her dad.
You didn't daddy it? I would have daddied the shit out of
No,
this shit to me.
To me,
I don't know what your
that's just-
fucking dad is, but I'm going to tell you something.
You need to get your head out of your ass.
that just sure, but I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
do I want to do that? And it's like, yeah, this guy he didn't ask for my insurance, but he fucking mansplained to me how to drive afterwards. And I was like, okay,
She'll remember
I'm just gonna.
that. You know?
She will remember that.
I think she'll remember.
You did great.
Wow.
I'm not saying.
I'm thinking she'll remember. Oh fuck! I shouldn't look at my phone so much while I'm driving because
true.
it
Yeah,
was
she'll learn.
it was not. It was looking at my phone. Boom. So she'll
11-11. Just want you to know.
She'll she'll equate looking at the phone with car accidents, and maybe the next guy won't be so nice, you know.
Yeah.
But the coding I want to put out there is let's not go anywhere negative if we don't need to. My car's fine. I'm fine. You're fine. Your car's fine. This doesn't have to be a thing that any of us needs to worry about.
Yeah.
You know?
We need more of that. And I think it's just we've been doing like you hit me, you react.
Everyone needs like compensation for
Yeah.
what's been done to them. You know? It's like it's not fair. It's not fair that that my power got shut off again. Well, maybe it's not fair that you spent $500 on booze instead of on your bills. You know, maybe
Yeah.
maybe you're fucking yourself over.
Ooh, check it out. You know, the quickest way to stop people from listening to us is to ask them how much money they've spent on alcohol in the last month. Let's not ask people what they're drinking. Do what you got to do.
As an example.
Thanks for being here.
Listen, everybody, as far as I'm concerned, everyone can spend all the money they want on whatever gets them through.
Good for you.
On times like this.
Yeah.
But if it becomes a problem and it's not getting you through anymore, then it's not serving that purpose either. So then you
Reg
need to.
is not going to help you. In other words, so fuck off. If you're not doing the right thing, fuck yourself.
No, if you're not doing the right thing, fuck yourself if that's what you need to do. But
Yeah.
like, and a lot of people are doing that these days. You got a social distance. So there's a
True.
lot of self
Fucking with
pleasure
the self. Yeah.
that has to be done by everybody today.
Sure. Let's
these
not talk
days.
about that. That's
Yeah.
pretty gross. Unless you want to.
Yeah, we can talk more about the coding thing. And
Okay, go
about,
ahead.
And the ADHD brain thing is so amazing because we're finally getting to a place where not only people are accepting it, but people are getting curious about it. Instead of like, this isn't a malady that needs to be treated. This is just a thing that needs to be adapted to. Like, I think the ADHD brain is just a brain that's differently adapted and probably is more is better for things like coding, for things that require you to get super focused. Because with like programming
Or
and
even be like, expanded to the outside, like
Right.
like creative.
right,
You know?
you can like my fiance is ADHD, and the way it plays out with her is she will either go like, I'm just gonna be accepting of everything. I'm just gonna turn my brain off and let everything come in. But she gets so hyper focused that she will sit down to, especially when she was in school, she would sit down to study, write a paper, and she wouldn't eat or drink or stand up or stretch or anything for like 6 hours. And she'd look up, oh, it's been 6 hours and I've done nothing but this. And she's not like burned out by that. She's like, all right, well, let me get food real quick so I can get back to this. Like it's that
Yeah. That's how that woodworking.
hard focus
Gets
on this
me.
one thing, shutting everything else out. That's like such amazing drive and such amazing. That's
We
an
have
amazing
to be doing something.
Yeah, you
Like
gotta.
our brains, we have to be doing
Right.
something.
So when she's relaxing, when she's just watching TV, she's got the TV on, she's playing a game on her phone, petting the pets when they come by, talking to me a little bit sometimes when she wants to talk, but it's like she's always got at least two things going on. And on her phone, she'll sometimes have something playing on Netflix while playing a game, while the TV is on Hulu. And for her, that's like amazing. For me, it's like, oh, how can you? Like when I wake up in the morning on her days off, my days off, she sleeps in. I'm like, oh, I get like 5 hours of silence, or 5 hours of whatever I want. Like if I want to listen to music, I can do that. Usually it's silence because there's always something going on in our house.
Yeah.
But again, that's just a thing that is adapting. And I think ADHD brains are better suited to adapt to a quickening world like what we live in, where you always have stuff coming in. I think the ADHD brain is better suited to take it all in as it is and then process it in whatever way best suits the person.
Yeah, and then again, like it depends on the environment, right?
Right.
Because if you can't maintain a personal balance in terms of your own health and how the functionality of your environment, who's around you, who allows you, to embrace certain things, who supports you,
Right.
in a way that is beneficial to everybody. So like that's the important part in the general perspective of the world. You know, it's not like, woe is ADHD, we got to do something about this. It's like, no, we need to find a way to give people space for mental health on terms that make sense to them, algorithms that make sense to them. So coding is important. It's really important because people who believe in stuff like this is really all it takes. It's not about who has a doctorate, who has, a certification. It's who really gives a shit.
Right.
And instead of us telling other people, go do something about it, we just want to find a way in and then give access to anybody else who's looking, because like, that's what we're asking, right? That's what we're asking the government to do. That's what we're asking people to do when they vote. Really, all we're saying is, can you please participate in our reality in a positive way, because we need change. And this is all it's going to be, is like, we got to talk to each other and we got to know what the fuck you're thinking. And if we don't know how to talk to each other because we're distracted by things that are happening at home, which has been my experience through all of school. The only real education I remember is relationships and how fucking scary shit was. And that was what I think raised me through high school, was the relationships. And some people, it was about the education. Some people were driven to learn, and great, but man, it's just a different way, right? You're just reading the world differently. I think that's something to appreciate about kids who have ADHD in the now.
Yeah.
People are wondering and worried and like, oh, what's going to happen? Look, they've got a pretty good idea of how to get through things.
Right. Human beings are highly adaptable.
Absolutely.
And ADHD is just another adaptation.
Yeah.
You know?
Or help, right? Because you would need that type of brain to function in this type of life.
Yeah, exactly. So everything can be a benefit. Like everything that we're capable of is beneficial in one form or another. If you're capable of picking up languages real quick or learning real quick, or you're capable of multitasking, like ADHD
Just functioning,
brains.
dude. Like this whole time with Trump, it was like this, bro.
Yeah,
Like I was able to just like focus on myself.
right. Because
That's it, you know.
if you were to focus on everything else, you might go crazy. So,
And I knew that,
yeah,
you know. So I
Yeah.
chose.
that's good. Yeah, it's
And look, now I'm ready for this. I guess good times, right?
absolutely.
'Cause
Yeah,
I did it in the bad times.
Everything is ramping up.
Yeah.
Everything is getting better. All the problems in society have been brought up and cannot be ignored. We're thinking, people are thinking better about mental illness. Like mental illness is part of your fitness, part of your physical fitness is mental fitness. So there's a lot more of, hey, your health plan should include mental health. That's society learning to be better a little bit at a time. We're chipping away at it, you know?
Yeah. So anyways, going back to the Marines, after the Marines,
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, life got crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I got divorced,
Mm-hmm.
and then, what do you call it? I tried to go to school, but that didn't work.
Yeah.
And then, I was in rough spots ever since after my my divorce. Just burning bridges. I ended up at a homeless shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how much I burned bridges. But then I just started working, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. just focused on work, and then from like I started doing Uber and Lyft, and I was what do you call it? Also delivering the wine,
Mm.
and then so I did that, and then it got to a point where I was just delivering the wine, and then at night I was working at Indian restaurants.
Okay.
Hence, I'm still there.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and then after that, I was like, well, the next step was me owning something,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to just own a house.
Right.
So, just fix my credit, fix my numbers, and then I was able to buy this.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And that's I guess that's one of an example of a good story out of the Marines.
Well, it's not all good, bro. I didn't put my last marriage in there, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean,
In
in a way that, hey, not every marriage is supposed to work out, and you get into things for reasons that change, and then it doesn't make sense to be with that person anymore for whatever reason. I don't want to get into it too much if you're not comfortable with it, but
yeah, not yet.
like everyone faces adversity. Is like the I think that might be a universal thing, but it definitely is the case here, where we are raised to kind of believe that, hey, if you do everything right, everything's going to work out. And so you have a lot of people who, at the first sign of any
It's a
kind of
dumbass code, right?
at the first time of every any hint of adversity, people are like, nope, like fuck it, like I don't know. You have John's old girlfriend, very inexperienced in the world, didn't know how to pump gas. Called John, hey, I'm at the gas station, my car is empty, come fix it. I was like, there's something wrong there with that one.
Sure, it's just an experience.
And it's the kind of thing where, this thing didn't go as planned. Oh well, fuck it. I guess I wasn't supposed to do that thing.
Yeah.
It's like, no, did you make any mistakes? Is there anything you can learn from there? Can you try it again and be successful? If the answers are yes, go for it. Don't let like one speed bump deter your entire course.
Yeah.
So it's like, you take the good with the bad. You take the adversity. I've seen so many. I lived in LA for a time, and I lived in San Francisco for a year. And so I saw a lot of homeless vets. And what I saw was not these people who were lazy and hanging out in tents. I saw these people who were forming communities of support for each other, where one of them even had like tents around a common area where they had set up a table and chairs, so that I think what everyone did was they all brought something for dinner that night and all ate together. And it was like, okay, this is people doing their best. This is somebody who's in a hard spot and saying, I'm gonna make it better. I'm gonna do my best to make my life better.
Like a Marine.
I guess that's a Marine thing. That
Yeah, I
might be
think
an
that's
armed
what you meant
services
is
thing.
like you've trudged through the mud, with the skills that you have from
Right.
a Marine life. You know what I mean? And I think that that's the thing a lot of us admire, is when somebody has the wherewithal to like burst through and still make shit happen.
Right. And
Like that's what we all want.
that's kind of when you know you're on the right path, is even though you have faced trouble and maybe been the bad guy in somebody else's story, you can still find a way to a better you.
And nobody knows what support system you have or don't have. Everybody puts themselves in your shoes with their support system.
Right.
I've
Right.
got a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, whatever, right?
So they must have the same thing too.
So nobody knows what's really on the line for you or anybody else for that matter, unless they say. So I think it's what I admire and like what Reg had pointed out was that, you've been on the road and you've been like perceivably like through a really bumpy existence, and yet you're still pushing forward, and maybe because you feel like it's only natural. But if we were to squeeze the juice out of it, I think that's what your story represents, is why would you Why would you be compelled to help people after having been thrown out like garbage?
It feels good. I don't know. I get a kick off of like just being positive to somebody, and they'd be like, "What? Like you're positive?"
Yeah.
And that's even like me without even telling my story.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm addicted to. Just to talk to somebody, and then just like making them smile. Like, for example, I do this a lot. It's my favorite. I say good like to Spanish people, right? Especially the elderly. Hey, ¿cómo está? Like, how are you doing? And then they go into they're about to like tell you like some bitch thing. You know, just start bitching.
Right.
You know, like, this. And then I'm like, está vivo, right? Like, you're alive, right? They're like, and they laugh.
Yep.
And we both laugh. It's like, it's the best.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I go for.
Quick and precise.
Yeah, no, just that feeling. You know?
Just
And
to
then
remember with somebody. Yeah.
Just to like, just laugh. You know, I like to laugh.
Bring them in the moment.
I've always been a joker, so
Yeah.
I've always liked to make people laugh, basically, you know, class clown.
Yeah, it's a good way and a positive way to connect with people is
Yeah.
through humor.
Have you ever done improv?
No.
Would you ever like to do improv?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah? Because, you know, if you guys are up for it, I put on some sound effects and we could go somewhere.
Like
You
what?
down?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's awkward. I know it's just weird, but Reggie, are you down?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, let me hook this up to the Bluetooth.
And as you're doing that, I'll share a quick story regarding what we were just talking about, putting positivity out in the world. On social media, if you engage with people, you see a lot of trolls, people that go on just to be negative, just to do it for whatever their reason is. I'm not going to get into that, but I had an occasion where somebody put something up political, and I, spoke my mind about how, somebody's an evil human being or whatever.
Yeah.
And then somebody responded to my comment with, "You're a fucking evil human. You're a horrible human being." And I was like, okay, I have a choice here. I can engage and get into it with this guy, or I can diffuse it. And I diffused. I was like, "Oh, you're pretty rad yourself," and just left it at that. You're a pretty rad guy yourself. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to answer negativity with more negativity. I'm going to answer with positivity or neutrality or something.
Yeah.
Because add up all that negativity, it's more negativity.
It's just weird when you're invested in a digital quarrel. It's strange.
It is weird, and that's
because
why-
you're
What
like
does that
in
mean?
your mind in another world. Because that's not you or anything you're dealing with here,
Yeah.
but yet it is a stressor on your being.
Yeah.
So like
Like there's no reason for that to
It's
be a
a-
stressor.
fucking weird paradox that doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
It's like I have gone. I'm going to be honest. I've gone into Facebook and I've kind of skimmed over people's stories, reading. And then when I see the contrast between what's being said and what I thought was happening, that's interesting. And reading and learning, and then moving on. But making an attempt to not allow any of this to fuel anything else inside me. And I've had to consciously tell myself, all right, thinking about that, that's enough thinking about that, we're done. And it's working. But if I wasn't, if I hadn't had some training, like it's such a slippery slope, social media in the mind and the nutrition of the mind. That's been more prevalent in my thoughts too, is like, information is nutrition. And I think that was the whole purpose of creating a show and then creating more shows and any opportunity to expand on good thinking or nutritious thinking, as I would think, But so it's funny because I don't mean to dramatize improv, but I think improv is another way that people could connect in a very vulnerable state. I used to be in an improv troupe, and like every day it was always nerve-wracking to get there and do the warm-ups and improv with people because you had to make sounds and weirdness and weird situations, and there were rules. You have to say yes. It's yes and. You can't say no. Yes and then you bring us to the next part of the story. That's hard to do because when you're like in the spotlight, you're like, no, I didn't do this. No, I'm notorious for this stupid shit. I get scared. I get nervous. So that being said,
What is that? What we're gonna practice? Yes, and
improv.
Then?
I'm gonna try and find like here we go, sound effects, and the phone is hooked up to the podcast machine.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. Where do we want to go? We want to go in like you want to be in a building, in a restaurant. Let's go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Go to a restaurant. Any particular character you'd like to play out? Customer, cashier.
I'll be the waiter.
Okay.
Okay. I can do a customer thing.
You're a customer. All right. What?
You're gonna come into get.
I'll be a guy at another table trying to get your attention.
Okay.
About the food. Okay. I'll try that. Let's see. Restaurant. Sound effect. Oh, shit. Here we go. This is his element, too. He is in the motherfucking restaurant. All right. Let's see here. Restaurant with background.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Oh, great. Thanks.
Thank you for coming in today. Really
Thanks.
appreciate you coming in. This is our menu right here.
All right. Excellent.
I don't know if you've been here before.
No, I haven't. What's the specialty?
Well, we are a Southern Indian restaurant. Yeah, we have this a Hyderabad chicken biryani.
Yeah.
It's chicken and some
Don't order that.
spices
Yeah.
and some rice, and then
Yeah, and I would love that, but a few years ago I was in Hyderabad and I got sick and I shit my pants. And I
Well-
think this might have been the food that did it to me. So what else do you have?
well, so I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm pretty sure it won't happen with our biryani.
Hey, waiter. Yeah, I ordered my Pepsi about an hour ago. Can I?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
He's serving my table right now.
Yeah, well, I ordered a Pepsi. He was serving me an hour ago. And I should have had it.
I haven't.
I'll get it right away. Don't
I
you worry
haven't
about it.
even
Thanks.
ordered a drink yet. What is it? What do you have to drink here?
Sir, we have mango lassi.
Ooh.
Could have a Pepsi.
No, I'll go for the lassi. Lassi, yeah, that sounds better.
Don't
to
laugh at me, sir. You're still here. Can I please get my Pepsi? I kind of want to.
Sir,
Yeah.
I'll be right back with your Pepsi.
Thank you very much.
Hey, listen.
Mind your own business,
Hey,
pal.
Hey,
Thank
listen,
you.
listen.
Yeah. Listening. Hello.
Why would you bother getting a Pepsi at an Indian restaurant?
Oh, Indians don't drink Pepsi, asshole?
I'm sure they do. When they go to Indian McDonald's, they probably guzzle the Pepsis down.
I'm done talking to you, pal. Yeah, you're a
Good.
weird guy. You know that?
Here's your Pepsi, sir.
Yeah,
Here,
thank
here.
you. Thank you. You guys go ahead. Order your stupid ass
Anyway,
Sorry about that, sir.
cheeseburger, you fucking
You know,
prick.
there's always one.
yeah, kind of ruining the
I
experience.
got your one
That's
right
okay.
here. I got your one right here, buddy.
Yeah, if there was a customer Yelp, I'd be given 1 star. Anyway, I don't know.
So let me tell you about what else we have.
Yeah, tell me.
We have a goat ghee roast biryani. This is one of our specialties too.
Okay.
It's a goat.
Yeah,
And,
it fucking sucks.
marinated in special sauce. Some.
I got your special sauce right here, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Hey, listen.
I'm sorry, what? Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Listen.
Listening!
I don't have to tell you. He doesn't have to tell you. This is a family restaurant. Could you watch the language?
Is this a family restaurant?
Yes, sir. If you look around, there's kids. There's high chairs.
Oh, yeah, there's kids everywhere. Yeah, I guess I kind of knew that, prick.
So,
Sorry, that was good. That was good. Holy shit. What do you
I
think?
like that.
That was fucking great, right?
Yeah, it's like a ride.
Maybe we
I've
should.
never done that before.
Do you want to switch characters? Or do you want to do a different scene?
I'd like to try a waiter.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. and you be the
I'll
guy.
I'll just.
I'll be the customer. Or do you want to do the customer?
I'll be the customer.
You're the customer?
Yeah, you're
Awesome.
good at that guy.
Fucking Rick again. All right. Let's get back to this fucking party.
Welcome to the Continental. I'll be your waiter today. Right this way, sir.
Oh, thank you.
All right, here you go. And here's the menu. Would you like anything to drink?
Yes, I will have an IPA.
IPA.
What do you have?
We've got Sierra Nevada IPAs. We've got some imported German IPAs. We have
I'll take the Sierra. That's
Sierra
fine.
Nevada. All right,
that's
excellent.
fine.
One Chico's frat boy vomit coming up. Okay. Oh, hold on, sir. How are you doing, sir? Are you good?
Yeah, I was waiting on a Pepsi.
Okay.
It was like an hour ago. Sorry, I know you're trying to get his order, and I didn't want to. I
No,
just
I got
standing
it.
here
I got
looking
it.
at you. That's weird,
no,
right?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Pepsi IPA. Got it. Be right back.
Okay. Thanks. Jesus Christ. Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt
It's
you.
all right.
Yeah, I just been fucking waiting for an hour. Like parched. I'm over there like Jim Carrey and me, myself, and Irene, that part of the water cooler. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So, anyways, my name's Mike. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah.
And here's your IPA, and sir, here's your Diet Pepsi.
Yeah. Are you trying to call me fat or something? Sorry, that's just weird. Why would you bring me I asked for a Pepsi.
Oh, so sorry. Here, let me take that away from you.
Yeah.
I'll be back with that. Oh, sir, have you had a chance to look over the menu?
I have not. I'm gonna need a little bit more time.
All right.
You should hurry up because we were talking and then can you go get the drinks that...
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ, that guy. What a dick. Like, what a fucking dick. I'm standing here having a great conversation with, what's your name again?
Luis.
Luis.
Yes.
And this fucking stupid ass waiter can't remember his fucking ADHD bullshit.
Yeah, he looks pretty lost.
Yeah.
All right, sir, here's your Pepsi.
About time. Just saying. Thanks.
And here's your Caesar salad.
Is this some kind of joke? What's your name? What's your fucking name?
Alphonse.
Yeah. Alphonse.
You ordered this salad, did you not? Sir, I'll take it back if you change your mind.
I didn't order a Caesar. I ordered a
Okay.
chicken Caesar salad, you
Hey,
dumbass.
listen, just because you change your mind.
Dumbass.
Just because you change your mind.
Hey,
doesn't mean you gotta
everybody,
yell
don't
at me.
order from this fucking idiot.
All right, sir, do you want to talk to the manager?
I'm the manager right now, bitch. I'm the customer. Okay?
Oh,
Yeah. Flick your hair. I don't care, lady. Whatever your problem is, I don't care.
Sir, have you had a chance to
I'll just take another beer right now.
another
I'm
beer,
enjoying
another
this.
IPA, sir?
Yes.
All right, I'll be right back with your IPA, sir.
Hey. That's something I would do too. I would just sit there like, cause why even solve it, right?
Yeah.
You know, like you're not gonna listen
You're
to
just
me.
no. I
know.
thought that was great. That you didn't really even react. You're just like, Luis. And that is how you treat people who are going nuts in public.
Oh, yeah,
You
all right,
let them
all right.
unravel. Yeah.
I've been that guy too, bro.
Oh, shit.
I think back. I think I just had an episode not so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what it was? I was at the gas station, bro, and I was pumping gas. Well, I wanted to pump gas, and it's a Chevron. You put your card in, but before you put your card in, if you want to use ATM, you got to tell it first.
Mm-hmm.
So ATM, and then put it in, right? But I wasn't doing that. I was just putting in the card. It was taking me straight to credit, and then the credit, they wanted the zip code. My zip code, I guess, fucked up. Don't work. I gotta walk in, right? And I walk in there mad, like, and then this old like Filipino guy, he's just like kind of a little slow and like, and he must have seen me how I was like a fireball, you know? And he was just like obviously reacted to it. Was rude and didn't help me. Until like 2 days later, bro. I'm at the pump and I'm like, oh, press here for ATM. So I press it, put my card in, put my pin in, it worked.
Yeah.
I still have to go apologize to the guy.
Good. At least you acknowledge and you have plans. That's good.
Yeah.
But do you see how that was fucking amazing to sit in different roles in a situation and how eye-opening it is? That's the actor's life.
Yeah, and I had a situation like that not like a couple weeks ago. I stopped at a Chevron, and I should have known because like they're weird about credit and whatnot. And since I'd moved around so much, I forgot what zip code I had when I got that card.
Yeah.
So, or what I changed it to. So, like, I went a couple weeks ago, put it in, zip code. Oh, fuck. Put in my current zip code. Nope. Nope, go inside.
Yeah. Go see.
Fuck this place. I'm going to AMPM. God damn it. Fuck this place. That was my anger reaction. I didn't go into, hey, what the fuck?
No, because I needed the gas, bro. You left.
I'm like, I'm going across the street to AMPM where you can put your fucking pin in at the thing and not have to worry about it.
And that's just the code. The code is different at the damn machine.
And
That's it.
you get angry for what?
Because your code is not, matching the fucking code. Thinking that
you're tired or lazy or whatever. You just it's not in your perspective, right? You're it's like a simple A/B process, and then like B's not working.
And oddly enough, on gas stations, here's something that pisses me off about AMPM.
Oh, go ahead.
You can go to AMPM. You can fill up. You put your card in at the pump. You fill up. Boom. You go in to try to pay for food with that same card. Really? Something's wrong because our system just got a payment from this card and it wants another payment.
I didn't know that.
We're not going to do that. So I go fill up at AMPM. Card is rejected in AMPM. Go across the street to 7-Eleven to get snacks.
What a hassle. Bad coding.
Yeah.
It is. Like,
I
don't get why.
They haven't paid to fix that.
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't been inconvenient enough to do something about.
That's true.
Right. Because
most people use their money to fix those
reminds
problems.
me of our life.
People are mostly on cash.
Yeah.
Is like they're either coming in to drop off money for a pump or they're paying out the pump and leaving. There's not a lot of like, I'm going to get gas and go and get snacks and do a whole thing. But some of us like to do road trips. So like snacks is part of it.
Yeah. I often thought when I wanted to start the podcast, I wanted to talk to people who worked in gas stations. Because I feel when we're in passing as humans, that's where you see like some behavior that their friends don't see. Sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I go to the same gas station like every day that I go pick up Amanda. It's right down the street from her hospital. So
how long have they known you?
Oh, a good year now. Like I've been going in there for a year. So now I'm on friendly conversational basis with
there you go.
A lot of the
Look
crew.
See?
In the afternoon crew at AMPM. So I could easily like, hey, what times are you not working? I'd like to interview you about this job and your kind of perceptions.
Are they Indian?
No, they're well, one lady is Latina, I think Mexican. A few of the guys there are Indian. But anyway, they're all cool people, and like the one guy, he is aware of all the deals, and if you're getting anything that's related to that, he'll let you know. Like, get a Coke. Hey, you can get another one for free. Or you can get another one for $1.
Oh, right. Yeah, they'll let you know if you get a deal or not.
It's like, if you're on the customer side, you already get lots of points.
Yeah. To some degree, because, look, same thing happened to me, right? I walked in and I only wanted specific things. I've learned to flex that muscle when I'm in the store because it's a dangerous place, convenience, right? So I get up there and I'm like, hey, can I get a banana too? He said, it's 2 for $1. And I was like, but I only want one.
And that's my answer usually.
Yeah, he's like, it's only 30 cents. I'm like, yeah, but one is only 70 cents. And he's like, good point. And I'm not going to buy it to let it sit there and rot.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that, and that will happen. So I know my code. Fuck your code. I'm taking what I need, Yep. Like, yeah, it's funny to see that behavior, right?
My code is similar there. I've never been like, get the deal because it's a deal kind of thing. It's like... and I have taken advantage of that. Oh, sure. two for $3 or whatever. Yeah, sure. I'll give one to Amanda.
Thanksgiving's coming.
Yeah, I got you.
Right? Sales.
So 2 for $1, all that stuff. I was like, yeah, but I only want one. I'm only going to drink one. Mm-hmm. Like I'm only going to use one thing. So to buy more just because it gets a deal,
I'm thinking about
still
the
wasteful.
Phones. Like I need a phone, and then you hear these phones like get 4 lines. Like what?
Well, and then the 2-for-1 energy drinks is almost like crack. It's almost like take some more.
That's what I'm buying. I buy into that all the time. It's the Starbucks, the double shot, triple shot things. It's like,
I love those.
oh, me too. And when you can get them 2 for $6,
Oh,
you get
shit.
2 for $6.
How much are they a pop? I forget.
They're like $4 a pop. So 2 for $6 is a deal.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to drink the shit out of all that coffee.
Costs 5 cents to make.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, you create the experience. People love buying those things. It feels good when you walk out, bought and paid for, and then you crack it open, and it's
it clacks,
your
right? It has a little
indulgence.
nipple.
Yeah. Hey, okay, but do you ever get buyer's remorse?
What is that?
But
Yes.
I want this. I'm going to go buy it. And then you buy it and like, oh, fuck. Why did I buy
Right,
that?
right, yeah.
Why did I?
Not that much anymore.
Right. As you become more successful in your life and you prioritize things, those things that you might want on an impulse, you like cut that off before it becomes an actual purchase.
We
You're
waste
like,
so much money, man.
yeah. And that's the thing. It's like in my 20s, I wasted so much money on alcohol, and I wasn't even that into the alcohol of it. I just liked the social aspect of drinking, the loosening up and the opening up to people and connecting with people of it. But when I look back, like, I've spent so much money. I could have saved so much money and still kind of gotten that thing. I could have gone to the bars and not drank so much,
Yep.
Let's go there. Let's go to the grocery store, and let's see if we can talk somebody into the 2-for-1 deal. I'll do the cashier for the first run, and y'all could be in line together or apart or whatever. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing, bro? This is how much for this candy bar?
Well, that's if you turn around right there. Yeah, that's 79 cents for that one, but not the one below it. That somebody moved that over.
How much is the one? I'm talking about the bottom one.
The one on the bottom is not what you think. That's a different price. But if you want that, it's the same as the one on top. That's 79 cents.
So it's 79 cents.
Look, sir, if you're that high, please don't come to my line, okay? I know you're having a good time. I can see that.
man.
That's fun. That's great. I'm working,
I
dude.
want this candy bar, bro.
Then fucking eat it, bro.
Guys,
Just get the fuck out of my line. Yes, sir.
I just ate some edibles. I'm about 15 minutes from going all out. I need to get my snacks home.
What is happening? Well, I was off for 2 fucking days, and you fucking idiots are in my line. Look, look. Have a seat. Look, you obviously
There's
are having
nowhere
trouble.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, I'm listening. God help me, I'm
I
listening.
don't think you
You guys have
understand.
free water?
Sir,
I have a timeout.
Look, don't throw the candy wrapper
don't
away. I
think-
know you're enjoying that. Keep the
I don't think you understand how high I'm going to be in 10 minutes, okay? I need these Funyuns.
Susan!
I need...
Su-
Hey!
Susan, I need you.
Yeah,
Thank
call her.
you,
She's
sir.
hot.
These
Sir.
Funyuns? Can I get a deal on these Funyuns?
Susan, I can't. Sir, you're gonna have to have a seat.
Hi, Susan.
Okay, yeah, let him go.
My
but
name is Luis.
Sir, Louis, his name's Luis. Susan, Luis, please, can you get people out here? This is ridiculous. Look how long the line is.
Yeah, look. Look, I was just back there. Can you also check, please, for some salt and vinegar kettle chips? There weren't any on the shelf. Can you check the back? This is very
Hey,
important.
Susan, when do you go on break?
The chips are of utmost importance.
God, if you can hear me, now is the time. I need your help, please.
Is God going to restock those shelves?
Susan!
I don't see anybody in a robe, bearded, anything back there stocking those shelves. In fact, the people that I see back there
Call
who
Susan
should be
back.
stocking
I really
the
want to talk
shelves,
to her.
I get
they're
paid.
fucking around.
I get paid $10 an hour, gentlemen. What do you want?
I want you to fucking check this guy out so you can check me out.
I am.
That's what I want. I want you to do your job. Stop sitting here talking. Zip, did
Luis,
the thing.
please try not
I
to
already
laugh.
ate the candy, so I mean, I just gotta go.
Just go, Luis.
Listen,
You're fine.
how-
It's a candy bar. I got you.
Listen, I'll cover his candy bar, okay?
got-
What is it, 75 cents? I got it covered. Can you just,
79.
please, I mean, I feel it coming on, man. It's coming on. It's coming on. Oh man.
Wow. And scene. That was like in Oakland, down the street, huh? That was just like fucking Oakland. Okay, hold on. Where else, Reg? Any accents? Any accents you want to?
Oh gosh, accents.
Oh
accents,
yeah, that's the.
There was
podcast I
a jazz
listening to.
club in Paris that was playing. I switched it. I thought that would be very nice to walk
The
up
jazz
and
club.
see.
We go to the club.
Yeah.
We go to the jazz club and listen to the jazz and fuck. We love to fuck to jazz. We fuck to all the
Les
jazz.
participants in the fucking, eh? Let's see. Where else do you want to go? Traffic? Want to be in traffic? What's another place?
Yeah, let's go to
the
traffic.
woods? You want to be in traffic? Let's see what happens
Traffic
in traffic.
might be fun.
Traffic sound effect. Busy traffic sound effects. Road traffic sound effects. City traffic for sleep highway ambience. Let's see what that does. You've lived in San Francisco. You live in Oakland. This will be interesting. Hold on, it's a commercial. I won't make you listen to that.
See if it's. Oh yeah.
We out in the street now.
Bro. Kind of hungry, bro. Look for a taco truck.
More taco trucks. That's what we need.
Yes, we need the taco trucks. I want a taco right now.
Yo, you guys looking for a taco truck?
Yes.
I know just the place, dog. Follow me.
Do they
All
have
right.
carne asada?
Yeah, of course they got carne asada, bro. Hell yeah, they got carne. Hey, how much money you got?
What do you mean?
Oh,
Come
well, how
with the
much money you
tacos.
got in your wallet there?
What do you mean?
I don't got money. All I got's card.
You have a card? What kind of card you got? You got a credit card?
I got a credit
Hey,
card.
man, get your wallet out. Let's see what you got in there.
I'll keep my wallet right tucked under my balls where
You
it
need to
always
get the
is.
fuck
Thank you very
away
much.
from me, bro.
Look, man, this ain't a little knife. This is a big-ass knife.
Bro.
I'll stab the shit out of you. Give me your money.
Is it? Would you stab? How sharp is that thing? Can you show me? Kind of scratch your
Look.
initials on the wall there.
Look at this shit. This is fucking sharp, bro. Fucking see that? You see this shit? I'll fucking stab you. So give me your money.
We ain't giving you shit.
You're holding it wrong.
Oh,
There you go. Now you're in stabby mode. All right,
Okay.
now you're
Thank
now you can be
Thank you. Appreciate that.
menacing.
okay. So you have credit cards. You have no
Yeah, they're
cash.
maxed out, man. I got nothing.
What are you, irresponsible?
Yeah, I have a job.
Jesus.
I
And
just
you,
called the cops, fucker.
you called the cops a fucker. All right, sorry. That was stupid.
Trying to stick us up
That was fun.
while I want my tacos. You could have just walked us to the taco truck.
I could have, but I don't know. My mind did what it did. Shit. Anywhere else? Any requests? I'm a kid in a candy shop right now. This is too much fun.
How you like the chair?
I like the chair. It's been comfortable. Thank you.
You signed deals.
You sign deals?
Yeah.
How about a visit to the old folks' home? Get some senior perspectives.
Yeah, from the COVID. Okay. Old folks home.
You know, it's funny because I was about to say the loony place.
This will be.
Pretty loony.
Let's see.
Dude, my sister works at an old people's home, bro. She be saying that, fuck, bro. There's this old man that gets up at night and walks out with his balls out.
Mm-hmm.
Just like one ball.
One nut Charlie.
Yeah. He just walks around. He likes to just air it out. He says,
Okay, let's try this. It says ambient like library sounds.
Okay.
It'll be after this commercial. Thank you. T-Mobile. Fuck you, T-Mobile.
Welcome back to NPR. This American Life. We are at Sunset Acres today to do some person on the street interviews with some geriatrics. Get their opinion on, current affairs. Here we come up. Sir,
Yes.
how you doing today, sir?
Oh, doing fine. How are you, young man?
Great. You feel like doing an interview for NPR?
For who?
NPR?
Empty what?
National Public Radio.
Oh, pubic radio. That's. You're a nasty young man.
Okay. So,
Oh,
sir.
I'm sorry. Public radio.
Yes.
You said. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah,
Just
no
my
worries.
mind does silly things.
Oh, that's okay. So, tell me, what do you think about all this stuff going on, this pandemic?
Well, it's been hard. It's been hard on us, you know. Ever since I escaped the home, it kind of eats at me, you know. It's kind of like prison, in a way. You get used to it. And out here in the streets, very different. But, I have friends that are still there, and they haven't seen anybody or been anywhere. They've been in their room being fed ham through a slot in a plastic bag is what it's like.
Oh, that is very much like solitary confinement, isn't it?
Yes, very much so, yes. I often refer to the kitchen as the Jew hall.
And folks, what's your name, sir?
It's Roberto.
Roberto is.
Well, it is now.
Roberto, I think, is speaking to what a lot of us have in common. Everyone kind of feels imprisoned in their homes right now.
Yes.
It's very limiting. I think
Yes, very true.
It does bring on the desire to escape. So, you said you escaped from the home before. How did that happen?
Sorry about that. This is a really comfortable wall. Yes, it was difficult, you know. I was playing hide and seek for a while, testing the boundaries as one does, you know, trying to escape prison. And I found that it wasn't really necessary to dig a hole in the ground in my room in the air conditioning. I couldn't really be down there very long anyways because of my knees. So, sorry, is there something funny, Sonny?
Oh no! A guy walked by with a ball hanging out.
Yes,
it
that
caught
is-
me off guard.
Great sense of humor. So it was fun, you know, until I got locked in the walk-in refrigerator for about 2 hours, and everything was fine. I survived, but the next day they had served pickles, and I happened to use the pickle bucket as a bathroom while I was in the.
Sir, was anybody watching you? Did anyone repair this? Did anyone fix this? Did anyone find out?
Well, you know, I soon left after that. They found me in the refrigerator, bloated from all the chocolate cake they had been hiding from me. I thought I might as well two birds, you know. And then when I got back to my room, I made it a point to just hop out the window. I was on a sugar rush anyway, so it's been about 2.5 hours since then.
Now-
I've made it pretty far, further than the last one, Frank. Also.
We've been getting reports from out of many care facilities of an increase in STDs. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, I mean, I'm not fully responsible. It was with consent. I have to go. Goodbye.
Oh, all right, folks. That was the Man on the Street This American Life interview at Shady Acres or Sunset Horizons, whatever this place is called. You don't pay me enough for this. We need another fun drive.
We need another fun drive. That's hella funny.
Oh, wow, man.
Dude, I gotta go pick up a, what is it called? A drive, hard drive.
Okay. Well,
That's
let's
it.
let Reggie lead us out,
All right.
and then we'll call it a day, man. I think
folks.
we've hit a milestone today.
We had some fun on Relative Roads today, folks. We did some improv for you. Introduced me to a new friend, and hopefully you'll be hearing a lot more from Luis as time goes on, because this Relative Roads thing, it's something that we're going to be doing for a while. We're all really excited about it. We're excited to share with you. I'm excited to get to know more of you out there. Excited to do more interviews. So until next time, we'll be talking to you.
Yee.